So here's the top. The rubber roof's okay, but you do need to take care of it. You need the maintenance. You need to coat it. Everything on here has got to be reflashed. There's a pinhole. There's a pinhole. There's a healthy split started. There's a split. This entire party wall is splitting open. Now here what they did was they put a blowout over there and cement and flashed it, but they didn't do it here. You need to do that. This traps water. Reflash that. Reflash this. Reflash this. And they put capping and caulk on this, but they didn't take care of the bottom. You got to close that up. Same thing over here. So this entire side needs to be reflashed. You can see for yourself how it's splitting up. The pole gutter, cement's failing. Here you have a miniature swimming pool, so you need to drop a sheet and a half of 3/4 inch plywood in there, some nice thick stuff, fiberglass base, throw some rubber on there so this water gets into here rather than finding its way in through those seams. And then over here, this pole gutter needs to either be redone in rubber or in silicone, but the flashing here is all shot. This material shot, which is why this is finding its way in. This needs to be sealed out. This is split open. This is split open. So if you remember that other window, these windows have no silicone on them. This one I can stick almost the handle of my walking wheel in there. Cement flashing around that chimney base needs to be redone. You need silicone around this pipe collar. The shingle roof I'm pleased with. There's a little blow up over there, but that I can just nail back down, or somebody else could. But yeah, you need to drop new rubber in this pole gutter and flash it to both sides. Drop new rubber in here and also build up this so it all pushes this way. And then coat this. You need to put a heavy coating of aluminum on this to reflect the sun off of it, keep it from drying out and splitting and cracking and allowing water in the way that I'm sure that this and that area is doing. Because if you're not seeing the water now, it means the insulation is. And let me pause this till I get down on the ladder and show you what I found down here. There's another unfortunately large opening. This area here in the back also needs to be enclosed with metal. Wood is porous, it absorbs water, and then it's the way that it's sitting in that wall, because somebody stuccoed this eons ago, it's just sending water right in. So that needs to be capped. Let me show you the rest. And then here's the lower back porch. I use spray paint so you can see for yourself. This is not good. You want that sealed. It's silicone. This caulk has got to be 25, 30 years old. Silicone that. This material has completely given entirely. Look, you can still see the water in there. See the shininess? And same thing going down here. This needs to be pulled back, put metal on there, and then flash it the entire length of this porch. Over here, this is just beat up. You don't have to be a roofer to see this. What I do want you to see, though, is there's nowhere for water that gets in the sides of the J channel, the corner post, to be able to get out, because they've literally brought the flashing up to this. This needs to be cut up anywhere from 4 to 6 inches up onto a rise. Run rubber on this back porch because it's on a slope, but that means it's probably all going to the soffit. I bet if I could look under the soffit, I could see the water damage, but same thing here. You just keep throwing more and more sealant on there, flashing. Tar, most people call it, but it's no good. So this has to be cut back. Run rubber across this, run it up onto the face of this, and then put a piece of metal counter flash over top of that after it's waterproofed. So any water that runs down can actually get out above that counter flashing and go down to your gutter, rather than into the house, which is causing this buckling. And you've just got some major blowouts here. But there's too many of them for me to spray paint. It'll look like a Dalmatian. I don't want to do that to you. And then I'll show you the front. And it looks like you could use a new 5K gutter. Fortunately, it's not too big. And you may want to wait on the new gutter. It's only 14 foot. And in the front, you have another miniature lake. I can see the split and the flashing in the corner from here. See that black line coming down the gray? So that's split now. Interestingly enough, they did caulk around these windows, but the way it's peeling, you can tell it's interior latex and not silicone. If you look at this window here, you can see underneath the window. So yeah, you need a case of the expensive stuff, the good stuff, the $9 a tube stuff. But yeah, you've got water sitting up here. If this was rubber, you would be fine. But since it's not, since it's mineral surface roll, and somebody made the cardinal sin mistake of putting on aluminum coating, which I described to you before is the same as putting water on toilet paper. This aluminum does not interact well chemically with the adhesive in these rolls that allow the stone to sit on it. They should have used the white elastomeric like we used on your Emily Street house, or at the very least put new rubber on. That's what I would recommend you doing, considering water sitting here. It's going to be holding water. You don't want to restructure the entire pole gutter. You know, your best bet is to put rubber on it before your house starts doing what the neighbor's house is doing. See that cornice? How it's falling next door. Anyhow, new rubber, all 3 bays. New catwalk rubber, and then get 2 cases of silicone and just be super generous around every single one of these windows. These 2, the guys on the side, the guys on the back. Reflash the back, rubber on the back bay, rubber on the side bay, rubber in the pole gutter. That's what this is called, this catwalk. And then rubber here, and you'll never have another problem. It's funny how people install these. I just want to show you something. I'm pretty pleased with how the shingles are everywhere. Just wanted to show you something. This needs clear silicone. You don't want an ugly bead of white or even brown going. Maybe a few nails here and there. Clear silicone in here. If you look at this, if you follow this stuff down and look underneath the soffit, you'll see probably damaged wood there. Let me see if I can show you. Same thing here. This needs to be filled out with silicone, the good stuff, the $9 a tube stuff, GSL it's called. You may want to do that yourself. You may want to pay me to do it. I just want to tell you, a little bit of flashing cement there. Take a look. Yep, sure enough. So this is why you have to fill that counter flashing with caulk. See this? This is from water getting in. It rolls right underneath the shingles because there's a pan up there, and it comes down and sits on the wood and starts to weaken the wood. That's why it looks the way it does. Still pretty strong because I'm a fat boy and it didn't feel like it was going to give, but left alone, this will continue to peel and rot. So you definitely want to seal that counter flashing as well. All right, I'll send you the video. It's a whole bunch of words. Sorry it took so long, but it's a wonderfully sized property. This is like a mansion. You guys did great.